Alright, what's good, YouTube? It's Middle Reason here with your guys, Sean,
Cam,
Caleb.
and we got our lovely guest. We let her introduce herself back again another time.
Hello, everybody. I'm Kim Latoya.
All right, then. Before we get into the subject, thank you for 1,000 subscribers.
For
Clap it
sure,
up.
for sure. Yes, sir.
Thank you for all your support. The
Yeah.
1K special is coming. It's on the way. Just be patient. We want to thank y'all. Thank you, community. All right?
Yes, sir.
Let's get into it.
the conversation that we're gonna have is what Sean's gonna introduce. Thank you.
All right.
So, the conversation that we're gonna have today, we were talking about it amongst ourselves. However, the conversation got so good that we just decided to, discuss it on air. And do you guys think relationships is hard? And if people do outgrow each other, why you think the cause of that is?
Okay.
All right.
No, we're starting with the other one. You gonna do the other one next?
Yeah, we do
Okay.
have next.
Fine.
Y'all just real.
Well,
Go ahead.
I would like to start off. So, relationships, in my opinion, they're not hard, and really, to be honest with you, they should be very simple because we're really simple creatures. It's all the aesthetics on the outside of the relationship that make it hard, the want, the need, the money, the possessions, but relationships really should be very simple. And outgrowing, and this is my opinion, I don't think you can outgrow, because my thing is, when you enter a relationship, you're both at different points anyway, and then y'all have the conversation, and then y'all decide whichever direction you're going, this and that and the third. Now, the other person or one might be lacking in progress, but at the same time, you're supposed to have grace. You see, and if you have grace whilst in the growing, then you can want to help and boost your person, partner. But my thing is also, it's also different from the double standard, and we know this. Ladies can kind of be cool and whatever and do this and that, and then it's fine. You'll still rock and y'all still move in the direction. Man, on the other hand, you cannot afford to fall back and fall behind, because you always have to stay growing. You always stay professional. You always have to stay being beneficial to the relationship, and you're always supposed to keep striving, keep thriving, keep wanting to conquer, keep wanting to dominate, because that's what we do in society. That's what we do. You live to get better. And there is no excuse. There is no other justification. You live to get better. We live to dominate. Look through all history and years. Think about it. Dominating, conquering, overcoming, creation. We live to strive. So your job is to do that. Always think of strive. Spell it out. STRIVE. Strive. That's what you're supposed to do.
All right. I'm going to piggyback off that.
Go ahead.
Are relationships hard? No. Relationships are not hard. But growing apart, this is kind of tricky, so I'm going to do it the best that I can. I do believe that you can grow apart emotionally at times and physically at times. But God needs to be your center key point at that point to hold y'all together spiritually. Because sometimes y'all might sometimes like a machine, you can fall out of tune with each other.
Yeah.
Or there can be moments to where it's like a misconception, like we're going on the same path, but we're not really communicating like that. So I believe you can't fall out of commute, or you can fall out of connectivity, but can it be reestablished? Yes.
Yeah.
I do believe it can be reestablished.
Okay.
But and then growing apart, it's like, I heard of people growing apart, but sometimes on rare occasions they do come back together after you went your way for a minute, I went my way, we got our heads straight, then now we're back working back fluently and smoothly.
I got you. Ladies first.
Oh, I have nothing to say. I'm just listening.
Okay. All right, so.
Do I think relationships are hard? I think they are as hard as you make them. Do I think people can grow apart? All of it is, I do think yes, but all of it stems back to me answering the question in the first place. Do I think relationships are hard? Absolutely. If you do not continue to put in the work to make the relationship better, to make the relationship more fruitful. Like, if you know that your partner needs quality time, or your partner is somebody that needs words of affirmation or physical touch, like what their needs are, and you're not like trying to do it intentfully, like having intention behind it, then for a little while somebody can let that rock, right?
Yeah.
But after a while of this continued behavior, you're not letting it rock no more because you're like, bro, you're not even trying anymore. You're not being intentional about it, and that's when I think relationships become hard. Now I understand, life happens, things go astray and go awry, but there should be time set out for like when you and your partner like come back together, when you and your wife come back together and y'all have weekly checkups or date nights. Like, make it intentional about making sure like, yo, are we good? Or you okay? Yeah. Like, are you okay? Is what's been going on with you? This is what's been going on with me. Like, it only becomes hard if we both are not putting in that work to making sure we are both being intentional about each other. Now, is it going to be moments where you don't like that person? For sure. Is there going to be moments where you can't stand her? For sure.
Yeah.
But, like, as long as you're being intentional about it and striving to be, like you said, striving to be better every single day and, like, understanding what she needs and she's understanding what you need as a man, I think that's when you get into syncrecy and it becomes smooth sailing. But if you do not do that, then you might wake up 5 years, 6 years later, and this is a whole nother person that you never met because you never were intent about like trying to get to know them as they grow and as they learn more things about themselves and as they become a different person.
Okay.
I
agree. I would say relationships can be hard if it's just nothing but physical. If it's just physical foundation, the word smacks, if you want to call it, I think that's when the relationship be hard because you don't know nothing else about itself. Or I know what makes you tick, what makes me tick in the bedroom, but as far as cultivation, you don't have that. Yeah. So I can say that's the only way I can see relationships be hard.
I even want to push back on that a little bit, Kay, because like, people get in physical intimacy with each other, like you said, and don't even know one another.
Thank you.
And the problem is, like, you just signed your waiver for everything that's wrong with both parties. Like, you've just agreed to everything that's wrong with her can come talk to you, and everything that's wrong with you
can
go speak to her. And you haven't like vetted. That's the issue. Like, yeah, she might be thick. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Is she crazy?
You didn't take the time to find out.
Yeah. Does he keep a job?
Yeah.
Like, can he
be a good prospect of parentage?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it's stuff we're not asking, and we're just on the back end of tomfoolery.
You got anything? People are just living in the moment. They're not really trying to be
in the future.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, we can do a situation, or we can just have our little hookups here and there.
Yeah,
it's like because there's no attachment to.
But there is.
We know that there are, but some people it's like we're just surface level.
Well, you created the attachment when you began to smack. So
yeah,
there is attachment, but now I like both points that y'all are making. All these things should really, and you can't speak about everything possible. That you need in a relationship. You can't, because every day you get to know somebody, there's always something new. You can't ask every possible conversation. Could you be a good mom or a good dad, or would you be reliable? Would you stay? Or and there's a whole lot of
there's a myriad of yeah.
But my thing is also, before you even choose to be with this person, you really got to think like about who they are really. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody puts their best foot forward in the beginning.
Yeah,
for sure. Everybody's saying there's representative. Yeah,
but it's after that, and I think a lot of people need to be
give it time.
Yes,
give it time.
Give it time, but also be more mindful and very cautious, because you might bring your life with this person's life, and this person is really not who you thought this person was, or vice versa. Because we've heard the stories where a lady says, "Oh, he lied and he got me, and now or the man got it. Oh, look what she doing, making my life hard." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think we should be very cautious, because even as we grew up, you can kind of see that we kind of kept the same ideologies
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
about life.
Yeah.
If you know, you know. And my thing is because we're cautious because you don't know.
Yeah.
I have moved to a different state and I've met both bad moms and bad dads. And I've met some of the most horrible things that could possibly walk the earth. And it's scary because people mix your life with these people that you thought was good and perfect. And then you see their real face, a clown, and then you're like, oh.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
we really have to stop being surface level and be more intentful because if you're not mindful, then these problems will then follow your generations. And then you're going to be 40-something years old looking at your kid and it's going to be like,
He got that from his mama.
Yeah.
yeah. Or
He got
dad.
that from his dad.
Yeah.
Because you
Yeah.
see
Or that uncle in the back that y'all didn't know about was crazy. And what's wrong with my baby? You slept with Jerome, and Jerome ain't got no.
See,
He ain't got no
and
sense.
that's what I'm saying. It can
It's the wrong uncle.
Right.
it can follow the generations, and then most times, this is true. Most kids turn out to be like their parents. And if that doesn't make you weary of life, then I don't know what does. Because I'm not saying everybody's perfect, and we're not perfect. So therefore,
No.
we have
Yeah, of
falters
course.
No.
and flaws.
Right.
But since we acknowledge that, then that also means though you can still strive to do better.
For
And
sure.
a lot of people do not choose and want to strive to do better, right? So when you young folks take a step back, really look, assess, don't judge, because everyone's imperfect.
Yeah.
You are too.
Yeah.
Walking meat sack imperfect. Remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
Look at the people's lives, and it's not like I said, not in a judgment tone, but to really
Assess.
Yeah.
because most times most children turn out to be like their parents.
And do you really want to attach yourself to that?
Thank you. So when you take that assessment look and actually take the third view, then you can start kind of wanting to divert what you might be doing. This, you might like her, she might be cool, but you're kind of iffy.
Yeah.
Or he might be real dope, and then you might be thinking, he's gonna ruin my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or
And
whatever.
not the way I want.
Yeah, inconceivable things. So just take a step back because there's a lot of people that wish they could, and there's a lot of people that want to, but it's too late.
Yeah, wisdom is. I'm sorry.
No, you're-
Wisdom is using the knowledge that you have and applying it. So all we're saying is take the assessment, look at somebody. If you're having the prospect of whoever you're trying to go in a relationship with, but assess it, see who the person is, see what kind of background they have, see what kind of family that they have, and like do your own due diligence. Like we're here just to voice out making better and smarter decisions. Have we made all the greatest decisions in our life so far?
No.
Absolutely not. But what we're trying to implore you guys to do is just make wise decisions. I mean, that's why we call it Men of Reasons for one.
Yep.
Even
part.
though it's men of reasons, ladies and boys,
Yeah,
Yep.
men and women do.
yeah, like
Both of y'all engage. in
Yeah.
one thought. both parties.
Yeah.
Not just one. Because life is looking a little dim.
But now, lady, I would need you to jump on the conversation. Give us your advice.
I agree with everything. It's actually making me look at my life and my decisions.
Okay.
Far as like my baby dad, I mean my son's father. I'm sorry, my son's father, which is my son is about to be 15 years old. If I would have heard what you just said, what all you just said years ago, then I probably wouldn't have chose my baby daddy.
Okay.
Yeah. But like when you say people outgrow each other, I definitely wouldn't talk to my baby daddy at the age that I'm at now.
We respect
Like
that.
what I've learned. Like even if I didn't have his son, I still wouldn't talk to that type of guy.
yeah.
Because
The woman you are now is different than the woman you were.
Yeah.
because you eventually came to that realization. It's like the things that I used to be or I used to like are no longer appealing to me.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why you say that. But that's a good realization.
Yeah.
Most people don't find that until like later in life.
Or most people don't even want to try to, say that they have made a mistake there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't want to own up to it. So we do appreciate you
Yeah.
saying that and coming forward because it's gonna help women that are gonna be like, man, if I didn't, woo wop wham.
Just admitting it to yourself, being honest with yourself.
Yeah, and that's hard.
It's hard to take accountability.
So
Right.
For a lot of people.
kudos to you. Thank you, Kevin. Kudos to you.
That takes self-assessment, mind you. What
Yeah.
you just did.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah.
You should be proud.
That's a
happy.
wonderful thing, girl.
Yeah, you should be happy.
Some people blame it like this, that, and third. Which sometimes you can't control what life brings you. You cannot. But what you can do, you can assess it and walk away from it.
Most problems are self-inflicted. Just be smarter than the situation you're in. Most times, young people. And,
God, you sound like my mama.
And you can beat the situation. If you're smarter than the box that you're in, you can find your way out of it. I promise you can. Because there's a lot of people doing it. You got extremes on both sides.
Yeah.
Be the good extreme.
Yeah.
Well,
I think this was a good convo, bro.
That was a wonderful conversation.
So,
look down. Her information will be in the description below.
yep.
Thank you for 1K subscribers. We couldn't have done it without y'all. We did it in 1 year and a couple of months.
We appreciate y'all.
We're gonna be doing nothing but growing from here. We're gonna have giveaways. I want to invite more people on. Like, we're gonna scale this thing up.
I don't know what the good worst part. I'm just kidding you two. I'm just kidding you two. We gonna rock. Look,
We working with them, y'all. We working with them. We
seriously
working.
though, we're gonna bring y'all stuff, and we also have a new segment that we want to bring in past the 1K, because we obviously know that y'all like to see the guests that we have
Yes.
and the more guests. So we got a new segment, but you get to see that a little later.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna speak on it too much.
Yeah.
But all right then, this has been Many Reasons. We out.
Boom.